Welcome back, race fans. We're at Watkins Glen. It's Ninth Gear Racing, and we're here with the Burnt Rubber Racing Association. As always, it's Luke, and I'm up here joined alongside by Kevin. Kevin, how we doing this afternoon?
Doing awesome, Luke. I'm super excited for this one. Don't know the most about road courses, but I brought along our road course expert, Cameron Stroop. How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. Uh, just
Got
sitting here ready to see some good racing.
absolutely. We got a long race ahead of us. We got, I think it was 36 laps of pure racing here at Watkins Glen. In the Cup cars, I know these Cup cars are a fan favorite as far as road courses go. So I think we're going to see an exciting race out here. I mean, perfect weather, 79 degrees outside with a little bit of overcast, a little bit of wind, but I think this is going to be a good one, Luke.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And as we said, Kevin, we don't know that much about this whole road course racing hoopla. So, Stroop, you got anything to add here for this? That we should be, anything we should know going into this thing?
Um, Absolutely. Through here, your best overtake opportunities are going to be that long run down into turn one, and also the chicane. I would expect that majority of the overtakes in this race are going to happen there, but we might have some risk takers that would be willing that are going to overtake in other parts of the track. But those are your most safe places.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting
and
ready
I
to
gotta
go.
ask, where do we think the most, the hardest race areas are gonna be as far as like incidents go? Where are we gonna be seeing some stack ups if you had to take a guess?
Most likely they're in turn three to turn six. I would say the majority of them are going to happen there.
A little bus stop area, maybe?
Yeah.
I got you. And I know, in my past experience racing here, just shooting it straight through the bus stop was always my biggest concern.
Oh yeah.
So, hopefully these guys are a little bit better than I am, or else we'd be in for a long one. The
Oh yeah.
cautions, the rules for the cautions are as follows. Let me pull this up real quick. First lap after a restart, if four or more cars are in the same wreck, that will cause a yellow. Any other lap of the race, three or more cars have to be involved in the same wreck for a yellow to fly. The point of no return is three to go. There's a potential for one green, white checkered. On the green, white checkered, there will be no yellows flown. We're racing it out, so not local cautions out here, but also not, your typical one car incidents causing yellows.
I'm a little
But
cruise
look, it
controlling
comes
right now.
fast. We're racing.
Yeah, we're racing. Pulling out right here. It's Alex Penn with the lead right now, and he's about a little over a half-second lead there. Most of the guys behind him not too far off. Cycling through some of the guys back here. Going a little off speed here, Tanner. Mosley, Norris. Not reading
Gentlemen, I'm
Jonah
gonna go
Esty.
silent for like 30 seconds.
Luke, I gotta ask, you think we're gonna see a lot of overtakes out here? So far, your top five is what we saw off the qualifying. Penn, Osbaldiston, De Silva, Divine, Farmer. But, as we heard from Stroop, if we could get that track map up as well, that'd help me tremendously because
Yes.
we heard that straight away there at the bottom across the front stretch going, or across the start finish going into turn one is where the overtake's gonna happen. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
you think we're gonna see a lot of that happening, or you think it's gonna be more of a follow the leaders type of situation for a while?
I mean, we're out here for 36 laps. I think it's going to be a more, I think it's going to be a matter of just feeling out the guy in front of you and just waiting for the opportunity. And speaking of opportunity, as Baldinson's looking at the inside line and he's going to have it. David De Silva now on the outside. He's going to be forced out high. Coming back onto the track. He's still clear, though.
Yeah, they're going into that turn one here soon. So maybe we will see an overtake this early because they're only about a tenth of a second off of each other, 2/10 of a second off of each other.
Yeah, not too far, and we're looking back at some of the other guys. Not too far off there is, I believe that is...
Yeah, and De Silva shoots it. He's going to be clear of his Baldison. going through turn 1. Uh,
Oh! They're
oh,
wrecking.
and they're
Oh, they're
wrecking.
still wrecking.
Unfortunately, it's only 2 right now.
Ooh,
And
doesn't collect anymore,
the caution
luckily.
flies regardless.
And luckily they don't involve anybody else back there. They got a little close there to some other cars there near the end, and that was... We saw that one happen live there, Kevin. We're obviously going to go back and watch that one, but we saw it happen right in front of us. We go back and watch... You know, this is this is the thing I never really understand about these. It's always very hard to judge who's at fault for these.
Look, I won't lie. That one seemed to be contained to about a 2-car incident. Looking at some other replays, looks like everyone got around it.
Yeah.
So, it appears I might have just lied to you about the whole 3+ car deal. Because I mean, that one was pretty cut and dry, just between 2 and 3. Which I don't think those guys will have too many issues. They got 2 fast cars out here. They had the pace. But that's gonna stack us up here, and not quite sure how pacing goes out here. I don't know if Stroop's got a copy right now.
Gentlemen, I am back.
There he is.
And so we're under our first caution, Stroop, and I gotta ask, as far as the pacing goes, I mean, where do we go green again? How long are we pacing around for a caution out here? Stuff. Any info you have on that?
Usually they would do it until the track's clear, so I would say it's going to be this lap the pace car might be.
Do they ever close the pits, or is it always an open pit situation?
It depends.
Okay. Just gotta pay attention to the RC.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Cohen Haas now in the pits. Getting fixed up, maybe. But Osbaldison and who was that in it with him? Was that De Silva?
Yes.
Both of them running 4 or 5 right now.
All right.
That Porsche, the pacing car.
Mm-hmm. We got people coming in.
Yep, we got. Let's see, we got Travis Farmer, David De Silva, Spaldington.
Yeah, and De Silva and Osbaldison, not really surprising to me. They both involved in that incident.
And here they come. A bit of a missed pit entrance, maybe, by the 57.
Yeah, and getting word that the rule is actually 3+ unless there are cars coming to the wreck fast. So that's why the caution was flown there.
Fair enough. There was some pretty fast traffic coming up into that turn, and that was around that the curvy bit, you know. So I guess it makes sense. You know, a lot of cars
A blind
on a
spot, per se.
corner, like a blind corner. Yeah, I can see it. So we'll be going green this time by, I believe.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. On the restarts, are they single file out here, or is it too wide?
Again, it depends on the situation.
Okay.
So I would assume that it's going to be either. I would assume it's going to be a single file restart. But
I think we're about to find out. Maybe. Nope. Pace cars coming. I just have no idea. I thought the pace car was coming on the track.
Yeah, this is,
A little out of our comfort zone.
this is about how I expected this to go, to be honest with you.
Yes.
They have this next corner, and then the pace car will be coming in.
I got you.
These cars going for another one. Looks like they're filing too wide.
Filing too wide.
Do they start in sectors, or does it have to be the start finish?
And pace car staying out. It's got to be a start finish.
Okay.
It's coming in this lap, though.
Gotcha.
Oh, man. While we're waiting on restart, you gentlemen have any plans for the weekend?
Yeah, Strip, just a whole lot of racing.
Oh, yeah.
Can't really think of anything other than that. We got a big race coming up Sunday on Charlotte with CMS. You got some drivers you'll be rooting for there.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Where's Watkins going? Is this upstate New York?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's a nice track. Seems like something I could figure out. Not too many turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a shortened version of Watkins Glen. It tends to be.
Yeah, I'm
entire
seeing
track
that on the
length.
map. They cut it
I got
down
faith.
from 11 to 6 turns. But pace cars coming in. It's what we were waiting for.
Here we
These guys
go.
are stacked up.
We're green.
And we are
already
green.
3 wide. They're bumping around a little bit, going into turn 1. Slowing down, filing in.
Oh, and he bumps him out the way a little bit. Osbaldiston looking for his first taste of the lead, and he's going to have it.
Yeah, but Alex Penn's going to fight for it here. Going to try to hold
Into
on
turn
here.
4. Penn's going to be wanting that one back.
No doubt, and he's in hot pursuit here.
Little jump.
Yeah, and we got the cup cars out here, so it's a little bit different. I gotta ask, does that wear on the car a lot going over the curbs there and the bus stop and some of the other turns, or is it something you're gonna want to do every lap?
It's not something.
I gotcha. Osbaldiston hanging on to it, but Penn's looking for an overtake on the outside, so he's gonna go high on it.
They're bumping
Trying
around.
to force his way back in.
That's 3 of them.
3 wide, all of them bumping around.
Someone
and that's going to
slides
open
out.
the door to David De Silva.
Unfortunate there for Brandon De Silva there. He's losing speed pretty fast. Come up off the track there just a little bit there going into that.
Yeah, Brendan Devine. De Silva, on the other hand, has the lead. I mean, he saw the opportunity and he took it in that beautiful Navy car out there.
Yeah, looking good.
Cohenhouse reading pits still, so I think he's having some difficulties. Maybe not racing this one.
I would assume.
David De Silva, though, it really seems like, you can't tell who's got the fastest car out here, but whoever's out front really is able to take control and get their quickest lap in. I mean, I would have told you Penn was going to lead the majority of this race after watching that first handful of laps, but he's running P3 now.
Well, 8 laps in, only 1 caution down. That's not. They're actually doing pretty. As I say that, the car goes off in the back. I need to.
Yeah, but I do see what you're saying. You know, no big pile-ups, especially on those restarts. I know those restarts can get super dangerous super fast, especially at a track like Watkins Glen, where it seems like they can get up to some pretty high speeds going into that first turn.
Absolutely. You have a really long run down from your last corner up to turn 1, so you can gain a significant speed.
Right now we're reading De Silva, Penn, Osbaldiston, Divine, and Farmer. All top 5, all within about 5.5 seconds of each other. It really just seems like De Silva's out here putting on a clinic, but Penn's past Osbaldiston, and we know Penn has a quick car, so we're going to have to, keep an eye on those lap times and see how those are comparing.
A little bit tighter there than De Silva on the exit of that turn there. Inching up, trying to make up as much time as he can. I'll say he's making up time.
Yeah. So, like, I have a question with the fuel. Are they 100%
Yep,
fuel or are they reduced fuel?
I'm working on it right now, trying to figure out what the fuel situation is. I'd imagine it's going to be a one-stop type of day.
Okay. Because I would expect to see cars coming in probably around mid-race, so probably about lap 17, 18.
Okay.
Or fresh gas and some fresh tires.
Yeah, and Penn's closing this gap. I just saw De Silva got every single bit of those curbs. That car was bouncing. And it honestly looked like it lost him a little bit of time. And I just got word that fuel is about 26 laps. So I can't imagine we'd see enough cautions that they'd be able to save enough. So, yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, just, try to keep those tires in tip-top shape throughout the race. Probably going to come in around halfway point.
And those, them jumping around that curve there, it's not helping the tire.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about how the tires will fare on those curbs. I mean, these vehicles are a lot heavier than some of the cars I'm sure you're used to seeing go around this track. But we see somebody in the pits right now.
That's Cohen.
I think. Cohen. Well, it looked like somebody was coming out.
Oh, that's Espy. Sorry, Espy's on his way out.
Espy's made his way back into the race after disconnecting on some internet issues, but he's got 11 laps to pick up.
Playing uphill battle.
Yeah, and how about Alex Penn? He's closed this thing to about a second now. He was 2.5 about 2 laps ago.
Really on his throttle here, it seems.
Yeah, and, there's two sides to that because Osbaldiston's kind of trending the wrong direction. He's now almost 5 seconds down. And then 4 and 5, who I was just talking about being about 5 seconds back, is now 9. So, yeah. I mean, these two front runners, De Silva and Penn, they're definitely out here putting in the work. I gotta ask Stroop, is there any strategy as far as saving tires out here, or is it really just gonna be a push it as hard as you can, and when it gives, it gives, then you take the pit?
You don't want to push the entire lap. You mostly just want to push in sectors 1 and 2.
Okay.
So you also don't want to push really hard coming into that chicane because that is a really, like I said earlier, it's a tire killer. Then we're just hopping over that. We're going to kill every bit of those tires.
Yes, I got you. And, I'm just a little locked in right now because Penn's found him. I mean, he's there on his bumper 2/10 of a second back, and we're about to see an overtake, I do believe, gentlemen.
I agree. We're going to see an overtake coming in the next couple of quarters, or an attempt of an overtake.
I mean, they're getting ready to come through turn 1 here in just a minute. What better of a turn to do it? The one you said to look out for, and they're getting ready to go through it. He's looking for the inside. He takes it. His nose is there.
Man, look at those brakes heating up right there.
Woo! De Silva still holding the line, still staying the race leader.
I gotta ask Stroop, I don't know anything about it, but is the blocking line here a lot different than the racing line? Or could these guys start losing a lot of speed? You know, to Osbaldison or even Farmer?
Absolutely. You see him.
I'd imagine, you know, with how these lap times have been looking between 1 and 2, De Silva's not going to give this one up easily.
No, absolutely not. He is. He's fighting hard. He's driving hard. That could be a good thing, but also that could also be a very bad thing.
Oh, and here it comes. Through the trees, he loses a lot of speed there. Maybe just, I mean, honestly, maybe even opting to let him by so they can maintain a 1-2. I don't know. It seemed like De Silva got in the brakes.
Something happened under those trees we didn't see.
Yeah, it did happen quite a bit under the trees.
It could have been hey, I'm pushing my brakes. You go on by, or it's been a natural overtake.
We'll never know.
I am going to get a read here on what teams are looking like, because that, you know, could always play a factor and stuff like this.
Absolutely.
In De Silva, let me see here. I'm reading that Penn is Vortex and De Silva's Griffin. So not teammates, just respectful racing, I suppose.
Yeah. I would have understood if it was teammates, but yeah. And 23 to go. It's anyone's race basically. With these pits, they got to come in. These stops, they got to come in and do. It all depends on strategy.
Yeah, and you know, you said that window's going to open up around lap 18 with 18 to go, so I mean, that's coming up. We only got about 4 laps till that window's open, and I'd imagine some of these guys, 1 or 2 of them, might even try to play it early.
Absolutely. We'll definitely see some undercuts. We'll see some undercuts out here. So
you think we'll see some of these guys try to stretch it long, or you think it's gonna, when it starts, people start reining in?
It's possible, but I have a feeling that like once we get that first stop in, it's just gonna be boom, 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 boom. After that, everyone else coming in, getting new tires, filling up.
I got you. And Luke, I think now's a good time. The field seems pretty spread out, so I gotta ask. I heard there's gonna be some military schemes out here, so we want to shuffle through some of these drivers and see what they're rocking tonight.
Sure, we'll go ahead and pull up the. I believe we have a zoom in camera here. Well, believe it or not, the one camera I'm used to show all the paint schemes I can't use, so we're gonna use this.
Alright, looking like we got some tie-dye. We got the Navy scheme right there.
De Silva. Seeing that one up there.
Seeing a lot of that tonight. The Boost 57 of Mobile.
We got a camo looking scheme there.
Let's see, what are we repping there?
U.S. Army, U.S. Army, or U.S. Air Force, Air Force, sorry, Air Force. Travis Farmer repping the Air Force scheme. The Napa 22.
Brandon Devine. The 9th gear, Landon Norris. The National Guard.
The National Guard, yep, National Guard there from Tanner Griffin. I believe we got
Dale
the Marines.
Scheme,
Ty Mosley with the Marines.
A good looking car. And then Scott. Ran by John Espy.
This is soft.
thought it was Scott. I might be wrong.
Got like the toilet paper.
That's
Got it.
that's kind of what I thought. I'll be honest. That's what I thought I was looking at. But either way, it's Alex Penn here, still in the lead. David De Silva's still there, a little over 2.5 seconds off.
You guys big Scott guys? You guys more, Charmin leaning?
Harmon. Charmin.
Why don't you look?
Big ultra strong guy.
Ultra soft.
It's gotta
Soft,
be.
yeah, that's what it is. Whatever it is.
It's gotta be 2-ply as well.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But, Penn's opened this lead to about 3 seconds almost on De Silva. How are we looking on lap times? I gotta ask, because I'd imagine at some point in this race some of these guys are gonna go down a lap. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing 2 or 3 guys already halfway there, so I think we are gonna see some lap traffic towards the end of this one if we don't see a caution, which is a big if.
Looking at your best lap times out there, switching over.
Yeah, and Penn just kind of blowing it out of the water right now. Is that last or best?
Best.
Best, yeah. I mean, just half a second faster than the second best lap time out here, Luke. Definitely impressive.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me, Glen. Sorry.
Stop it.
Okay, fine. I guess I won't cough it. I'm kidding.
I barely even heard him.
I will say, Osbaldison's held on to this thing better than Travis Farmer has as far as pacing goes, and those two were really fighting at the beginning of this race. I thought they
Woo!
had pretty...
Getting a little squirrelies there as Baldenston on the exit there. Back end slid out a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And Penn's also losing some time on De Silva right now. I don't know if he's slowing it down, but he's gaining that time right back. Maybe it was a timing issue.
could have been. Who knows? Either way, he's still leading this thing and looking promising.
And Stroop, we're at that 18 point that, slices it down the middle, halfway point. You think we're going to see some guys coming in the next lap or two?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We will.
Now you got to wonder here. I mean, the halfway point technically isn't 18 for a lot of these guys because they did come in on lap 5 or 6 when we had that first caution. So, I mean, if you take that out,
yeah,
the halfway point would be about 16 to go, about on lap 20.
Yeah, the guys we didn't see come in, I have a feeling they will be coming in the next couple laps. You see someone cut that corner right there.
Where is entrance? Is it across that stretch on the bottom?
It's right there. Yep.
Okay. Oh, and we see an entrance, I think.
57.
Yep.
As Baldenston's going in.
Yeah, and he was actually one of the guys that pit on lap 5 or 6, so he's feeling his tires a little bit, I'd assume, and opting to bring her on in first.
It's the safest thing to do.
Absolutely, he's going to lose some time here to at least 2 drivers so far. I'd imagine Norris is passing now, but honestly, he might even beat Griffin out.
Still shows he's
I
on his
believe
way
he
out
will.
now.
Yeah, and he's going to cycle out right by Griffin, right in front of Griffin, I should say. Oh, speaking of
Locking
which,
up the tire a little bit there.
Griffin locks him up. He's probably starting to feel it a bit.
I think that might leave. Oh. Baldenston's clear. Out.
Yeah, and this is his chance to start picking up some time on these guys. like Penn and De Silva. I mean, he knows he's got the fresher car. He's probably going to be able to put up the better lap times for at least a lap here. And I'd imagine he's going to be pushing it a little bit harder than he was past couple laps.
And you have to be thinking, yeah. But seems like De Silva's starting to. It's tough to say. He's standing around that 4-second mark now. A little off from Alex Penn.
Yeah, we look at last lap time real quick. I want to see how Oswaldison's lap's faring. Well, give it a second. His next one I want to see because his next one's going to show if he's gaining time or not on some of those leaders. But here comes round Penn. Is he going to enter?
Doesn't look like
He's
it.
choosing to stay out here. .48 now coming on in. That's going to be David De Silva.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Divine comes in. You think it's more of a Alex Penn knows he has some seconds to give up, so he's playing it as conservative as he can. Doesn't want to be on the losing end of a caution strategy like we just saw. The yellow's out, fellas. Which is interesting. I'd imagine it had to have happened in pits because that's the only place that had 3 cars close enough to each other for a caution to fly. You got to read on anything, Luke? Luke's on mute.
Taking a gander. You hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
I mean, this is time of caution. Every car on the track. I hit it, it takes me to our leader.
You mean go do some investigating?
I would love it. I'm just confused as hell.
I can't see where it happened.
Me neither, Stu. Oh, I said I'm confused.
It could have possibly been a competition caution in order to get the pack back together.
Maybe that's what I'm imagining. Because, I mean, I looked at everybody there on the time of caution. I didn't see anybody involved with anything, so let's see if hopefully Kevin can get some word on what's going on.
Well, Luke, I'm back.
Yeah.
The read is a competition caution.
Just like Stroop guessed, while you were gone.
The issue with that, it was during a pit cycle.
Yeah.
Your race leader and the guy that's been leading this whole race is now starting from the back, and I'll tell you what, Luke, he was not very thrilled with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you gotta wonder. We're about halfway through pits, and it comes out. I don't know, Stroop. Have you seen a competition caution thrown in the middle of a cycle like that?
I've never seen that happen.
So I can't say I have either, to be honest with you. But until I get an official word on RC or anybody else, I'm just gonna assume that was the call because that's what. I mean, the guys I talked to, they said they're pretty sure it was a competition caution, but they're not sure of anything. So about the same area we're at.
The broadcasters and the racers collectively have agreed that I guess it's a competition caution. Pit cycle's coming through and everyone's making their way in. Cycling through
The
pits
new
here.
word is it was a misclick by Tanner.
Oh,
It says, I gotta ask, iRacing Driver 9, I think that's Jonah. It says button to throw a caution on his steering wheel. Hey, it's just a question, you
Just a
know?
question. Just a question.
yeah.
Because he's on the track.
And he is.
It actually cycles him up to second place. Third place.
Hmm.
Well, I know Alex is like quite happy.
Oh, you know it.
I don't think he'll be too concerned, to be honest with you. The only thing that's really an issue for him is it puts him in a little bit of traffic, here early where, your car could get banged up a little bit. But I mean, just based off the lap times we were seeing him put up here, I don't think he's too concerned. I don't think his team Vortex is too concerned either. But what are we gonna have, about 11 or 12 to go when this thing goes green again?
I believe so.
I believe we'll have 11. Yes, sir.
Showing Alex Penn up here in the lead right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at our chat. Alex Penn being given the lead back due to it being a misclick.
Gotta
So
be happy there.
he's gonna be happy with that. I mean, he had about a 5-second lead that he's gonna have to recreate, but at least he's back up into P1.
The pace car is coming in this time around.
I got you. So it'll be about 11 to go when we go green. That's a lot of racing, fellas. That's about, I'd imagine, 15 miles or so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or actually, how long is this damn track?
Long.
I believe.
Luke, you got track information you can still pull up, or is that only pre-race?
I can pull it up, but I don't think it actually shows how long. That does.
It says 2.42. Huh. That's a lot longer than I thought it was, to be honest with
Does
you.
that sound right, Stroop?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 miles.
Okay, so
Cool.
we got plenty of racing ahead of us.
And I'm reading that
About 25 miles of it.
SB just crashed or something. Let's see. I mean, just fuck SDK because it's just lying to me. Never mind.
Let's get that map back up here so I'm not lost the rest of the race.
Yep. Just find the button. I was freaking out, hoping we were about to not go across the front stretch.
And Luke, we've only done this in Road America, and I gotta say, I think this map's a little more elevated than Road America was. I might be wrong on that, but it seemed like that one top left portion of Road America was pretty elevated, but right here it's a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Definitely interesting how these road courses vary in terms of the elevation.
Yeah, that's another thing I just can't figure out.
Nope. I was looking at the race help info before I got into this thing, and it was like telling me entrances and shit. I about threw up.
One of those
on my
things.
screen.
Pace car comes on in. It's going to be Alex Penn trying to fend off an angry field of 9 other drivers for 11 more laps, and we are racing. That's Balderson behind Penn, trying to get a run off of him. Penn shot out of a cannon, though. Going into turn 1. Alex Penn's just going to do everything he can to get far enough out in front of everyone else that a bump and run ain't going to happen.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do at this point. 11 to go, everyone's fighting. It's going to be pushing hard the entire rest of the race. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we did not see another caution.
to clean his line here, see what he can do, but David De Silva hot on his heels.
Excuse me.
Yeah, within a lap, they really open up this field. I mean, nobody really fighting with each other right now. And Penn's opened this up to about 1.3 seconds on Osbaldison.
Alex Penn, I think he's just running away with this lead.
Yeah. Definitely the fastest car out here tonight, and hopefully, you know, the hardware he's going to get after this race is going to show for it, because he's done just about everything right so far.
About 2 seconds up, we're seeing smoke back behind him.
Oh, it was tire lockup for, I think it was Baldison, yeah. Oh!
Baldison's spinning out there, he's holding it low.
Just going to be him.
Almost collecting
Tanner Griffin. Yeah.
Manages to hold it together, and whoa. Maybe
He's coming back.
He's feeling those tires. We're still green out here because it only involved himself, unfortunately. Put him back in 7th place and 15 seconds off the leader.
This has been a really interesting race.
No doubt. Alex Penn really looking to hang on here. Approaching 3 seconds of a lead right now. He's really starting to walk away with this one. 9 laps to go. The question now becomes, can David De Silva climb back and close the distance?
Anything could happen. When we look back to what happened at Road America, we thought, I don't remember the 2 drivers' names now, but
Joe Nathan and Chris Hudson.
Joe Nathan and Chris Hudson, exactly. We thought that
We thought that Nathan had that thing in the bag.
absolutely, and with 2 to go, here comes Chris Hudson and took the lead, and this was about 8 to go. They had Joe Nathan had about a 3-second gap to the car behind, so anything can happen at this point in the race.
Yeah, and another thing I'd like to add. Say we get a caution around, 3 laps left, and it brings out that green-white checkered. Do you think Alex Penn is in the most vulnerable spot on the track on that restart, with him being out front and, nobody really lifting behind him?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially with 3 to go, everyone's going to be pushing. Everyone's going to be driving as hard as they possibly can. And he might end up in a clobber.
Yeah, and, if you're Alex Penn, I think the first thing you're hoping for is A, your car stays straight, and B, the race stays green, because if those 2 things happen, I can't see anybody else winning this one.
Exactly.
No real battles going on right now. I think the question is just going to be the hunt down for the lead.
And you can see Alex Penn's game has extended that lead to now almost 4.5 seconds. So
Clearly see who's been doing some more practice laps out here on this track, that's for sure.
absolutely.
I gotta ask Stroop, I mean, we do a lot of the open courses, we don't do too many of the road courses. And how many practice laps would you say you gotta run on a course like this to really really get a good feel for the accurate lines and stuff like that to really even have a shot in a race like this.
I would say at least 2.
Just 2 good ones.
At least,
Two good practice
Yeah.
laps, and I'm good to run a race.
no, you wouldn't be good to run race, but you will be.
And
with
change your
2 laps,
fucking
you'll
answer, 'cause
get
that was
the-
my question.
Well, you said to be able to find the good fast line.
I mean, just to be in a position to where I'd be able to comfortably race something like this, like in an event like this.
Well,
But,
then
hey,
I would.
2 laps. I like it.
Wait, let's rephrase it. Somebody who's never had much experience road racing at all hops in one of these things. How many laps do you think it takes them to have top 5 pace in a race like this?
Top 5 pace. It depends on how quick they learn. If they learn pretty quick, I'd say probably about 10, 15 laps. But if someone that has experience on a road course, someone that's raced road courses a good bit before, it should not take them near as much time to get adjusted, to get used to the track, to where you want to drive, your fast lines, your slow lines.
Well, Stroop, I'll let Alex Penn know when we get him in for an interview that he thinks someone with 2 laps of practice could beat him.
Our road course expert. Alex Penn's still leading this thing. Even De Silva now approaching 6 seconds back now. He's going to really have to kick it into another gear here if he wants to have a shot at climbing up the mountain that is Alex Penn. He's looking good. Just 5 more laps to go if he can hold on to it. This looks like a dog walk for him.
A little bit of a battle going on between 3rd and 4th place. Farmer and Divine both looking for a podium finish out here with 4 to go.
Yeah.
But, look, you could show that.
Sorry, come again. I heard you talking. I had set off. I'll just grab my charger.
3rd and 4th place. They're tight on each
Yeah,
other,
4.
trying to fight for a podium position out here.
Brandon Devine and Travis Farmer. Two completely different lines there. I'm just more confused than all hell.
They're
Travis
definitely
Farmer
racing
with
hard out
pass.
here, though.
He's made it. He's now in 3rd place going into turn 1.
Divine ain't done.
No, he's not. He's looking at the inside now going into turn 1. His nose is there.
It's
He's
just
going to have
that
it.
this that overtake turn Stroop's talking about, and he's got it for now. But I'd imagine the exit speed's gonna be. Oh, never
Still
mind. I
in
didn't
his
realize
favor.
another right-hander. Yep.
Yeah, De Silva 8 seconds off of Penn now. 3 laps to go. I imagine this is a pretty cut-through race now for Alex Penn.
some good hard racing going on.
It
Yeah,
sure
absolutely.
is.
Between P3 and P4. I know, well, give me a second. I think the 5 was reading, just stationary on the track. Can we go back and see what happened to him? Because he just took a tow, I think. Tanner Griffin.
Yeah, and I think this is it.
Oh! Oh!
Oh my god. That would be Jonah Espy.
John Espy and Tanner Griffin getting into it hard.
Yeah,
We're
and
still green racing out here,
yeah.
and we're still live with Alex Penn just opening this gap.
About to
He's
start
only
the
got to
last
get it
lap.
around one more time to bring out that white flag, and just, I mean, I'm sure he's just clenching his asshole hoping for it.
Absolutely.
One more turn
He,
here. White flag is out. White flag, white flag. He's just got to walk it home here. Just a
Yeah, let's see what
handful of
he's got.
turns.
I'm sure he's going to be taking these turns a little bit more conservatively too. You know, no point in pushing the issue and risking disaster. I mean, he's up about 9.5 seconds.
I think De Silva's about understood that too. He doesn't seem to be gaining too fast either. Just the guys running in those very spaced positions in 1 and 2, just electing to kind of run it here, easy, cut and dry, so you don't mess something up out here and just walk this thing home.
Yeah, and I wouldn't imagine David DeSilva's going to be upset with P2 out here.
Oh no, not at all.
It's not really a heartbreaker. Alex Penn's dominated this one.
absolutely, yes.
He's got 2 more turns, fellas, and he's going to be your Watkins Glen race winner. He's up by 10 seconds. He's
Got
clean
one
through
more.
turn 10. Got to get through 11, and he is home free. And it looks like he's going to drift his way through. And Alex Penn, going to be your race winner out here. Hey, let's take a look real quick at the 22 car. I know he's still in a battle. 2 of them coming out of Brandon Devine trying to hold on to a podium here.
Looking at the inside, they're door to
As
door.
Baldison looks inside. And now Baldison pushes him up the wall, and he's going to get the podium finish. And what a recovery for him. He spun out there and dropped to the back.
What a win from Alex Penn.
Yeah. Absolutely. Go-kart driver. That's some road course experience. I gotta imagine that helped them out tonight. I don't know what SCCA is. I don't know if you do, Stroop, but
It's a just a type of racing. It's like sports car racing.
okay, I got you. More road course stuff.
Yeah,
I'd imagine. I got you. Yeah, and he showed out here tonight. He put on a clinic. But that's gonna about do it. I'm gonna head on over and get some interviews in. Luke, if you'd like to join me, but we appreciate having you, Stroop.
oh, it's been fun, man.
Hey, it's always a pleasure, and we got a few more road courses on the schedule, so if your schedule is clear, and I'll get the days out to you, we'd love to have you again, because it's always a good time.
I'll be here.
Absolutely, we
Driver of
appreciate it.
fast thing. And y'all know about? I just looked it up. SPAA is like those radical cars that you can run in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't know
yes,
too
sir.
much
All right,
about him,
gentlemen.
but appreciate having you, brother, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to y'all later.
Peace. Luke, I'm gonna head on over and get in our room on 9th gear and drag in some interviews.
Yep, I'll meet you there. Was it a fucking time?
Yeah, first off, I want to get Noah Baldiston in here. You know, he had a great race. And then on that restart, I believe it was. Trying to find where it was before I get him in here and sound like an idiot. Here we go. Yeah, 10 to go, he was running P2, and he dropped back 15 seconds on a spin. And was able to recover a podium out here. So I'm gonna get him on over here for our first interview. Hey, Noah, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, man, how about that race? You looked fast
Oh,
all day. I mean, yeah, 10 to go there, you had an incident, and you were able to
oh,
recover and get a podium. You want to talk
just
us through how that one felt?
just ran out of talent, really. That's about it. I mean, yeah, I think fatigue. I mean, it is 2:40 in the morning for me, so I think just a bit of fatigue set in. But I mean, it was a good first few laps. Got ahead of Alex. Tried to hold him back to let David get the run. Then obviously caution came out. That kind of ended. So it was just sort of a late game, and then yeah, 10 laps to go. Made a mistake, but I think the gap was about 10 seconds to Brandon, and then yeah, just got him on the last corner of the last lap. So yeah, no, it was a decent result, and yeah, I mean, definitely we could have done better in a few places, but you know, huge thanks to Nova Motors Esports setting me up tonight, and yeah, being able to give me a good car for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. A good run for you. A great recovery. I mean, we saw you about 15 seconds back there at one point, and able to make it up and get yourself back into a podium position. Uh, Thanks for coming on by and giving us an interview. And you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, just want to thank Nova Motors Esports and Tanner for letting me race. You know, probably he's given me an offer to drive for Griffin Motorsports in the fourth car, so that was great for him to give me that on board, and yeah, it should be a good season. Let's go get him.
Absolutely, we appreciate it, and congratulations on success tonight, Noah.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. See you in a bit.
Thanks. Have a good one, brother. That was Noah's Baldiston, and he had a great recovery. He said some fatigue with it being middle of the night for him. I know mistakes are made in our middle of the night draft masters, Luke. So I'd assume it compares pretty decently there. But next up, I'm going to get David De Silva in here. He looked quick all day. Give me half a second. It's not. Hey, David, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, you looked fast all night once again. Great race for you. You know, couldn't quite catch Alex, but you got yourself a second place out here. You want to tell us first off how the track felt and the cup cars out here?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people I know were talking about how it felt like it was quite on ice, and there were moments where it did feel like it was on ice per se, but I I kind of just found my own groove, and I knew that Alex Penn was in a league of his own well before the race happened. From practice laps that we've all done together. So I kind of knew that P2 was the best I could have gotten if he had a clean car the whole race. Um, so I just focused ahead and didn't let his lap times, his scary lap times, distract
Yeah.
me from keeping my car clean. And I had a few scary moments here or there, but overall, yeah, track felt nice, and so did the car. I'm happy for another consistent result.
Yeah, absolutely. And consistency seems to be the key with you, David. Third week in a row we've talked to you. Third week in a row it's been a P2 out here. You know, we got Michigan coming up now. You think you can push that average position up by one and get yourself a win out there?
Yeah, anything's possible. I'm pretty decent at these mile and a halves. I like them quite a lot. I know I'm gonna have some fierce competition. Alex, Jonah, Travis, some names there, but I feel like as long as I just do exactly what I've been doing every single week, just maintaining the car consistency and letting it come to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking to be a great season so far for you, David. So congratulations. Anyone like to shout out before we get you on out of here?
Uh, Definitely a dominant win there by Alex Penn. Had we not had a caution, he would have probably lapped the entire field. So definitely a good shout out to him. Good job getting one of his first wins, and definitely not the last. And once again, my family as well. They always keep me racing. So
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it, Dave. David, always a good interview, and have a good one, brother.
you too.
That was David De Silva. getting it done out here, getting a P2 finish, Luke. And, now it's time for my favorite interview of the evening. It's going to be Alex Penn. You're a race winner and you're a race dominator out here. Hey, Alex, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, how about that race? An absolute domination. I mean, right off the get-go, you were putting up the great lap times. I just talked to P3 and P2, and it really seemed like, second place was what they were shooting for out here. You want to talk us through, how you can go up and put those times up and kind of put the field behind you?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just running any form of stock cars on a road course has always been my bread and butter, especially with these Cup and Xfinity cars. But yeah, it's just one of my best things on these road courses is throttle control, and it really comes into play here on the road courses.
Absolutely, and I gotta ask, we saw that the second caution that came out. We haven't been completely cleared on it. We heard it was a misclick by Tanner, and I gotta ask, you knew you were the fastest car out there. Was there ever any doubt when you thought you were going to be kind of at the back of that field on the restart, or were you just locking in and ready to go back to work?
I mean, I figured I would get back to the front eventually, but luckily I was able to persuade the admins into giving me the lead back. But yeah, no, it was I was a little bit more nervous about having to get around Noah cleanly, but he's always fun to battle. Like the battle we had after the first yellow was a blast, just bumping and banging the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. And just looking at the schedule, it looks like our next kind of road course that we're going to see is going to be Charlotte Roval just in I think 3 more weeks. So, are you looking forward to that one, or are you just taking it one race at a time and locking in for Michigan next Thursday?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Roval. That is by far and away my best road course. Got my first win there on iRacing, and it's just always been one of my best for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a fan of it as well. We appreciate the interview. We appreciate the show out here. A dominant race by you and the team. Congratulations. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, for sure. The admins for throwing on the league every week. You guys for putting on the show as well. I'd like to thank Jonah for not shortening any yellows this week. And the guys over at VMS, they brought me into the league and are covering my entry. And then the guys at Skip Arbor Racing School for teaching me how to drive race cars.
Absolutely, and they taught you well, Alex. A great win for you tonight. We hope to talk to you soon, brother. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. That was Alex Penn getting it done out here. With a dominant win out here, Luke. I mean, like David said, it looked like he was going to lap half the majority of the field if we didn't see that caution thrown. But regardless, got the checkered out here and put on a show.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was an exciting race all the way through and through. I mean, we saw the bit of a mix up there. We didn't think Alex Penn was going to have it there with that caution. Maybe mix things up a little bit there, but he managed to hold strong out here and still pull through for the win. I mean, I thought it was an absolute blast.
Absolutely, I've got to agree, Luke, but that's going to about do it for the night. I know tomorrow night's a big night for us. It's our weekly triple header with R&R. I got a few races there with them. Then Saturday we're going super speedway racing, and Sunday we're going back to Charlotte. And then cycling over to the next week, we're going to Michigan. One of my probably top 5 favorite tracks.
Oh yeah.
With BRRA. I'm going to see the Michigan race on the weekend, so I mean that's just going to be a blast.
Oh yeah, definitely going to be a fun one. Michigan's one of my favorite tracks too.
Absolutely. But that's going to about do it for the broadcast on the evening. Congratulations to Alex. Congratulations to David and Noah for getting podium finishes out here. You want to close this out?
Yeah, big thanks to the drivers out here for putting this thing on and giving us an exciting show. Big thanks to the organizers for putting it on and even letting the race be possible. And thanks to the viewers for coming out here and watching. See you guys all in the next race.
It's great.
Good night, race fans.